Self-limiting beliefs are holding me back from my highest potential. My God, if I gotta say, like, if I really had to deep dive into this, I know this is like Will doing Q&A, but I'm probably just gonna talk about one question. I'm gonna go so deep. If I get to a lot of other ones, let's make that happen. But typically this is how it goes. What self-limiting beliefs are holding me back? And I'm just going to talk about the Will journey, okay? We're going to go past, present, future. Okay, so past Will, I had a lot of beliefs that were put on me, and then a lot of beliefs that I made for myself that a lot of it came out to be just not true or not helpful. So we'll start with like family beliefs that were cast on me. Go to church, be good to your brothers and sisters, be good to women. And I'm just going to go through all these things. I'm just going to try, I'm literally just off the top, just thinking about all the things as a kid that I was told, and then I'll go through them. You're black or you're brown, you'll be treated differently. And then there's just so many. Living in the projects, I'll never be anything. I'll just kind of go through a lot of the stuff that was in my head, and that's still like in the head, right? Like you got I'm poor, I'm ugly, I'm not good at math, I'm not good at reading, I'm not good at writing, my handwriting is terrible, I'm an artist. So many beliefs that we actually circle ourselves in. We actually trap ourselves so deeply in a lot of these beliefs. And I'll tell you why some of this stuff might be good, but most times it's actually really limiting. Self-reflection here. I'm not good enough. I'll never get a girl. I'm not good enough as a father. I'm fucking up. I'm a pushover. I say yes too much. I deserve more. I deserve better. I deserve to be treated well. So many. We'll come to more, I'm sure. But essentially, most of this has been past beliefs that I put on myself. Oh, I'm a creative director, okay? Because sometimes you achieve, like, I'm a basketball player. I'm going, by the way, Duncan, let's go. Sabrina's espresso. Sabrina's medium ice brown sugar shaken espresso. Shit's where it's at. $4.50. Too good, too good. The problem with beliefs, and we'll come to like self-limiting in a minute, because most of these is that once you cast a net around yourself, you say, I'm an artist. And at first that sounds really cool and really good because you define yourself by your art. But when you say, I am this, a lot of times you're saying, I'm not all these other things. And that's cool. That's good. Like me saying I'm a dad and I'm a parent and I'm a husband, that also means when I say I'm a husband, that also, says like, I'm not fucking around with other girls. Like, so it automatically dequalifies me for that. And so that's okay. I'm cool with that. Or I'm a dad, so therefore I'm, the other opposite of that would be I'm not a father. Some of these things are fine. These are good. Please follow with me, because, it takes me a minute sometimes to get these things moving. But if I say, for instance, I'm a creative director, okay? That means that the work that I pride myself on is this work. And guess what happens? And this is where the problems I start to occur. Guess what happens when I either get fired, laid off, can't find work, or there are other things that I want to do. Let's just say I'm making a YouTube channel about creative direction. There's other things I want to do, but I've now labeled myself as the creative director. Now I have an identity crisis. Now I've put a circle around myself saying, I can't be this, or else other people are gonna be like, what the fuck? What's going on, Will? Or I'm these things, so all the other opportunities that might come your way, I cast them out automatically. And that can just not be good. There's a lot more other more deeper self-limiting beliefs. Like I can't work out, okay, or I can't gain weight, or I can't build muscle. That was me for a long time. The gym, oh my God, the gym. You know, I thought to myself, I said, I'm a nerd. You know, I'm this. I'm not a gym bro. I'm not that. When you can be a lot of different things all at once. Now, I'm not saying pick a whole bunch of shit and like be all over, but you can be intentional. And at any given time, you can remove yourself from something that you said you once were. You can be like, I'm a Magic player, but if you don't play Magic anymore, that's okay. I'm a chess player now. But knowing that you can pull yourself out of what you are or aren't, or if you're a bad communicator. If I'm a bad communicator, instead of saying, I'm a terrible communicator, I can't communicate, I can't do that, I can't whatever, realize that I have a deficiency at communication. That's okay. And there is this thing called ChatGPT. This AI shit is like your personal contextual assistant. And you can be like, yo, ChatGPT, what up? I am the worst at public speaking or at communication, or when I get in arguments, it never ends, or when I'm trying to close a deal, I fuck the shit up every single time. You can do all that. And you literally can go into AI, and before AI, it might have been Google, and before Google, it was like the encyclopedia of whatever. Like, so it's education. I am here, but that doesn't mean that I cannot get here and here and here and here and here. You can always level up. You can always move forward. So when we put those limiting beliefs on ourselves and say, I'm not a good reader, it means that I'm not going to be a good reader. You're like, nope, not doing it. I'm just this. You hit this wall, you hit the ceiling, you hit this thing, and you cannot improve upward. But if you say, I'm not really good at reading, or I wasn't really taught well, or I don't feel as though I am that well at reading or writing or essays, but I know how to go about actually improving if I want to. Now, if there's certain things you don't want to improve, like I don't want to improve at becoming a mechanic. I don't want to shit. I will call up the mechanic. I will pay the price. I'll say, let's go. Don't want to improve. But if there's anything that you are like, I'm not good at X, question that shit. That is a red flag. If you say it and it's something that you want to upgrade, you can always level up. Realize that I have not taken the time to invest in that, and that's okay. Completely okay. There are other things that I was investing in and I'm still investing in. But if this is something that I want to do, ask yourself, do I want to get good at public speaking? Do I want to look more attractive? Do I want to get to the gym? If you do, know that it's the hardest part's already pretty much done. It's like knowing that you just can. Once you know that if you want to acquire any skill that you can, that opens the doors to so many other things. If I want to be a gymnastic whatever person, or I want to play football, or I want to whatever, like there's a lot of things. And we're not talking about maybe being the absolute elite, because if you do want to be the elite, that's a whole nother system you have to go through where you have to understand that hard work is hard work, and to be the top 1% of the 1% of the 1%, it requires heavy dedication and heavy sacrifice to be that thing. And that's okay. Like if you want, like there's only a few things that we want to kind of dedicate our lives to, but again, we can change what we want to dedicate our life and vibe to at any given point in time. There are a couple non-negotiables, right? You got to work. Okay, you can't be like, I'm not going to work. Like you could. Highly recommend you don't fuck your life up. You got to work. If you are a husband or a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, if you don't want that relationship to just fall off a cliff and it to cause so much more stress, highly recommend, and this is all you got to do, highly recommend dedicating 1 to 2 hours every day to your person. And this is not about how can you look, this is like an R channel anyways. Like, this is not about me saying like, how can you S my D? It's not about me being like, what's like, it's more about how can I serve you, and not how do I get something in return because I served you. Make that hour or 2 hours a day about just, what can I do? You need a foot rub? Got you. You need a back rub? Got you. You want to binge watch some whatever? Got you. Let's go. This is your selfless. You can be selfish and you can be selfless, okay? When you are serving people, you are being selfless. When you are serving yourself, you're being selfish and taking care of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't get the two mixed up, because if I go to my wife and I'm hanging out with her, like I'm trying to serve, instead of me being selfish and being like, oh, babe, I don't want to do that. Like, that's a clear way to just not have a good time. Just saying, just thoughts. My opinions, you do as you wish. This is a lot of times this is just therapy for Will to Will. Will talking about past Will's mistakes fucking up. We just be talking. we be talking to ourselves. This is the man in the mirror. We're talking to the man in the mirror. But you got 1 or 2 hours a day. Could be 3, could be 4. I'm not sure. I'm not in your relationship, but dedicate non-negotiable time to your person. Also dedicate non-negotiable time to your kids. Very important. Highly recommend. If you want to make that relationship go. Now, after that, after you knock out work and the wife and the kids, all that other time is time that you can grow and build. Whether you want to build a business, whether you want to go work out, whether you want to be a movie connoisseur, whether you want to play football, all that stuff, that's all for you, and that's selfish. That's taking care of you. And with the self-limiting beliefs, a lot of times they aren't even ones that were, a lot of times we accept other people's self-limiting beliefs about us, right? Where I'll go to the other side of this. I'm still kind of talking about the past. I'll talk about the present here in a shortly, but it's just like a lot of shit that I went through, and I'm reflecting on it, and then I'll tell you what I pretty much do now, and then I'll tell you about like the future of what's coming, what's going next. Other people will also cast self-limiting beliefs on you, where you're talking to your friend like, what up, bro? I got this idea. I want to do X, Y, Z. It's going to be dope. It's a vibe. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, Will? Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. What are you doing? You can't do that. The minute someone's like, yo, you can't do that, be weary. Now, if this is like a day one nigga, like this is a person that has just like had your back and seen you through ups and downs and shit like that, maybe heed a little bit of advice, because they probably know, like me, for instance, I literally got like ideas for hours, not even for days, for fucking hours. I got idea. You could look at, check my chat GPT for receipts. It is there. It is fucking there. So many things be hitting my dome. Doesn't mean that we're going to act on every single one, but it is, you can't act on all the ideas. So this friend might be like, yo, is this one of your crazy ass ideas? But the minute you're like, no, this is something that I really want to dedicate to, and they're like, yeah, but maybe you shouldn't. That right there is that self-limiting belief from external sources. And you got to be careful with those, because they're not living your life. You're living your life. And if I wanted to, I can, there's all these things I could do and be. You are not just an artist. You are not just a fucking, whatever it is that you believe you are. You are many different things, and the minute that you choose to be those things, literally the second that you say, I'm gonna do that, you can. And you can change out of it. We're not getting into an inconsistency talk right now about switching between things too many times and not keeping your word and stuff like that, because all this can be very close together, where you're like, I'm gonna change my mind, self-limiting beliefs, we're good. But I just want to put it out there that, like, when you want to do something, any of the nagging I can'ts, a lot of times those are ceilings that you're bumping up against that are not real. They're not fucking real. There's a lot of things. You're like, whoa. I don't have the money to do this thing. Fair point. But the thing is that you know how to go out and make money, right? Okay? So you could go make the money, which is on the path of getting there. Not a blocker. Now, how you spend your money is another thing. Are you voting for that future? Are you voting for what you want to do? Are you buying? Like, if you're like, yo, I want to, for instance, if you're like, yo, I really want to make the house look really good. I'm tired of the house not looking great. But every time you get a little bit of spare extra change, you go out and you say, I'm going to go spend it on magic cards. Your vote's not really with